Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in to the Denison Sports Network. Today I'm joined by head volleyball coach Lynsey Whisner, and we're going to talk Big Red volleyball as the season's about ready to kick off this weekend at Ohio Wesleyan. Now coach, you graduated 7 seniors off last year's team, including Lauren Strouder, who was a 3-time all-conference performer. Who's going to fill that void for you this year?
It's a good question, but I do have an answer for that. Lauren has some big shoes to fill. As an all-conference player 3 times, she's somebody that we're definitely going to miss. What we have this year is maybe more of a balanced offense. We have a couple freshmen that are coming in. 2 freshmen will actually be playing the middle position, and then we have another freshman who will be playing outside. So Kenzie Kuhn, Elena Line, and Brittany Perry and Anne-Marie Fisher are all going to get some time in the front row. So we're going to be much more balanced rather than relying solely on a big arm from Lauren Strouder.
Now coach, this is a seniorless team, and you always look to the seniors for the leadership. I think that's just the traditional thing. Who's going to be, filling that void on the leadership front?
Our upperclassmen, we have several sophomores, and then we have 3 juniors, which does include a transfer. But all of those upperclassmen have really taken a great leadership role, especially in this past preseason, to really, the biggest thing we wanted was for them to be able to bond with our freshmen and make the freshmen feel like they were a part of the team. And so all of our upperclassmen have done that. Specifically, I think we're really going to rely on Emily Marguerite, who will be our libero this year, and she's a sophomore, and then Lauren Gustafson as well. She will move to the outside, and she has played right side for us for the past 2 years. So they're doing a great job on the court, but even more important, they're really doing a good job of uniting the team. Great.
Now, I look at this team, and obviously youth is your strong suit. You've got 8 freshmen, 5 sophomores. Are there any surprises, anybody who's really stood out to you in preseason training as we got going?
I would say, Sarah Blum, who is our junior transfer, she has really come in and impressed me. She was ready to go. She'll be playing defense for us in the middle back. Emily Marguerite, we're just going to rely a lot on her back there. She'll be playing left back. And then, like I said before, we have several freshmen that are going to get a lot of playing time, and to make us a more balanced offense. So really at this point, this weekend, we're trying to figure things out a little bit, and I think a lot of people will get a lot of opportunities to try to fill the holes that we have.
Okay. Now, in this conference, obviously, I think the play of volleyball play has stepped up quite a bit. We returned the defending national champion out of our conference in Wittenberg. Can you just talk a little bit about the quality that night in, night out, and the NCAC brings?
Yeah. Something about the NCAC that is really starting to come together, especially these past few years, is the competitiveness of each team. Wittenberg, they lost 7 seniors. They had a fantastic team last year, and they're always at the top. Hiram is always up there with them as well. They're always challenging each other. But what I think that we're going to see a little bit more of this year is more consistency with those teams that aren't necessarily 1 or 2, but it's kind of the middle section. Worcester, Kenyon, DePaul, and I think that we'll be in that mix as well. So it is very, very competitive, and I think that it's very similar to how the OAC is working as well right now, because they're very competitive.
One spot where I think you might see that competitiveness really on display is going to be in the NCAC tournament this year. There's been some format changes. Can you talk a little bit about the changes that have been made and how you might see that playing out?
Yeah, in previous years, it's been the top 4 teams in the conference go on to the conference tournament, and we played a double round robin to determine those top 4 teams. And everything has changed. It's now we're doing a single round robin, and then 8 teams will go to a double elimination tournament at the end of the season. So there's not so much pressure during the season to make the top 4. If you happen to have a bad match, it doesn't make or break you anymore. You still have that ability to be able to get into the tournament, and then it's like a start over or a do-over. That's kind of how the high school seasons run, and so it's going to be very familiar for our first years coming in who are just coming out of high school to know that, hey, not everything relies on just this one game during the season. that we can, we have this opportunity at the end, and the winner will move on to the NCAAs.
Great. Coach Whisner, thanks so much for coming and talking with us here. We want everybody to stay tuned to BigRed.com for all the updates this weekend. Volleyball team will be starting out on Friday and Saturday at Ohio Wesleyan. They'll be returning home to Granville on Wednesday, September 7th against Capital at 7 p.m. So we hope that everybody comes out and supports the Big Red. Thanks.